Okay, I'm going to get right to the point on this one, and this is something nobody seems to want to discuss. But in the past couple of years, we have seen a massive uptick in the percentage of mass casualty attacks committed by female perpetrators. This historically is almost unheard of. The only one I can think of in the past couple of decades would be the wife in the couple who committed the San Bernardino terrorist attack. Outside of that, as far as women being involved in mass casualty active shooter events, it is almost unheard of up until the past 2 years. Now, we can all speculate and debate why that has happened. Why has society degraded to the point now where even women are getting in on the action of mass casualty events, active killer events? As far as I'm concerned, it is likely a particular Supreme Court decision that undid a previous Supreme Court decision from decades ago. That issue is the jihad of radical feminists, so I'll leave it there. Whatever the case is, we have seen a massive increase in female perpetrators of mass casualty events, particularly directed at churches and anything affiliated with faith, essentially, okay? Houses of worship, particularly churches, or Christian-based schools. So there was the trans woman who attacked the Christian school and killed several kids. There was the plain woman, I don't think there was anything trans involved, just a biological female who attacked the Joel Osteen church. There was a woman who pulled up to a church and got out of her car and started shooting at people who were doing landscaping around the around the church. And the list goes on. There was recently now a trans woman involved in the killing of a Border Patrol agent on our northern border. So we are seeing more and more violence, and in a lot of cases mass violence, perpetrated by biological females. Now, there seems to be a lot of trans involvement with that as well. Quite a few of these biological females have identified as trans. So these two things seem to be related, but the bottom line is we are seeing biological females committing mass casualty events, or attempting to. They're generally not very good at it. And they generally get shot and killed pretty quickly early on, so far, from what we've seen. And let's hope it stays that way if this trend continues. But here's the issue. You, as the concealed carrier, probably have a particular stereotype in your mind, especially when it comes to dealing with active killers. In your mind, it probably looks like a Middle Eastern guy with a beard with an AK-47. Yeah, that might be what it is. Or maybe you picture, the nerdy, socially awkward white guy who goes on a workplace rampage because the girls are not nice to him, which we see that happen a lot, right? Yes, it might be that as well. But what it also may be is a small biological female, a perfectly normal looking woman in some of these cases. So you have to understand that any individual that shows up to a crowded place and starts murdering people, it does not matter what they are. It does not matter their ethnicity. It does not matter their race. It does not matter their religion. It does not matter their skin color. And you need to understand that it does not matter their biological sex. It does not matter their self-identified gender. None of it matters. If a monster shows up, you need to be able to act quickly to neutralize the monster. Here's the good news. 9mm plus P works on both genders. Okay, so bear this in mind. It is very scary times. I don't know why our society has degraded to this point where we even have to have this conversation, but we have to have it. Act accordingly.